Osmic, you invested heavily in hip hop in South Africa for the longest time.
Yes, sir.
20 years more. And South Africa is generally a dance culture.
Yes.
We have moved from bubblegum in our generation to kwaito to gqom, now to the mass phenomenon of piano, which is global. You know, you're seeing these shifts from hip hop artists now dabbling into piano and such, just to get that market, because our market is limited.
I must say, right?
Yeah.
Which a lot of people will say is controversial, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, when these rappers jump into my piano, that's amazing.
Yes.
I say, do it.
Yes.
You know why you must do it? Because that's hip hop.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more hip hop than that, right? Do you know why?
Why you say
Let's start where hip hop came from. Hip hop, when it started, took what? Took bubble gum.
Yeah.
The most cheesiest music you could find. They took pop songs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And they put rhymes over pop songs,
Yes.
right? And it blew up.
Yes.
What did the underground do? They took break beats,
Yes.
right? The break beats were the B-side, was the B-side song of the cheesy album,
Yes.
right? So when the vinyl, when side A had like the big song, side B had that experimental song. So the underground cats didn't want to touch the cheesy thing.
Yeah.
They went and they got those drums.
Yeah.
They got those hard drums.
Yeah.
And then they went hard on it. That was hip hop.
Yeah.
You know? They took jazz,
Yeah.
right? Took Brazilian music.
Yeah.
Took,
Soul
you know,
music. Yeah.
took soul music. Took dance hall.
Yeah.
Remember there was a big dance hall phenomenon
Yes.
where all like Keras, everybody
Yes.
was doing songs with Buju Banton, with all these people. So when you do it with Mapurisa, all of a sudden it's wrong. Like how?
Why that perception though?
I think it's lack of confidence.
Yeah.
It's guys, I think, being scared to say, but what I'm doing is hip hop. What are you talking about? This is hip hop.
Yeah.
Whether I'm jumping on the current trend or whatever, hip hop was jumping on the trend with disco then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I have another hard question for you. 10 years we going now, hip hop awards.
Yes.
Has the hip hop awards considered the prominence of subcultures? Like, why has Motswako not have its own space within the hip hop community?
So the way the awards are designed are to look at hip hop from the holistically, this is hip hop. So there's no underground hip hop. There's no commercial hip hop. There's no Durban hip hop.
Yeah.
There's no Northwest hip hop.
Yeah.
There's no Eastern Cape hip hop. There's
Yeah.
no Soweto hip hop, right?
Yeah.
It's about, and that's why we're saying we are awarding a pyramid, the highest achievement. It means out of your peers, because whether you're rapping in Northwest or you're rapping in Durban, whether you Spaza or whether you Motswako.
But is it apples and apples though? Or is it apples and oranges?
The question is, when you perform in that song, are you performing it in front of fruit and veg as an apple? You're doing hip hop.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're doing hip hop. It would be a different story if you came and said, "No, me, I'm R&B." Then there's no way we can put you into this thing.
Okay.
But right now we're talking hip hop. Whether you're rapping Setswana, whether you're rapping Zulu,
Yeah.
you're rapping.
Yes.
And the question is, out of these people rapping,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I mean,
So-
we're coming to the issue of, let's say, trap. It's distinguished.
Is trap not hip hop?
It is hip hop, but it's distinguished, right? As trap.
No, but what distinguishes it?
Are you saying what my piano now are going to be at some stage have a category on their own?
No, the summers already
no,
have.
No.
Because it's
no,
all hip hop,
remember,
right?
You're saying now, what are you saying? Ama, piano. That's a genre in its own.
Yes.
This is hip hop. That's a genre in its own. It's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
But we can jump to it and exploit it.
Yeah,
But they can't exploit us. Isn't that beautiful?
So we'll come back to you, but at the very end, South African Music Awards, you've seen kids come up from backroom studios, become superstars. Not one, not two, but more than a few.
Of course.
You know, in the bigger picture, I'm sitting at home, you're right in the middle. What role do you think this sort of platform gives the artist?
Yeah.
Or is it just a parasite that is feeding off their hard work, or is it the opposite?
Yeah. So you see, like with someone like myself, my role is at the bottom, in the middle, and on top. What that means is, when you're an upcoming artist, I'm going to see you.
Yes.
When you're on the come up, I'm going to see you.
Yes.
When you're on top, I'm going to see you.
Yeah.
When you're starting to fall, I'm going to see you. When you're at the bottom, I'm going to still see you, right? And when I say see you is, I'll be with you, right? I'll be dealing with you, whether it's from a festival, whether it's from something to do with corporates, or whether it's something to do with government, whether it's something to do with a party or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And not just me. There's quite a lot of, you know. Lemonka is one of them. Yes. You know, Lemonka is at the bottom. Is in the middle. Is on top. You know what I mean? And hence, for instance, with the South African Hip Hop Awards, we had that category called Kings, right? Yes. And that was the point, because there's these people that no one knows and no one shines the spotlight, but these are the people actually that are propelling culture to go forward. Yes. Right? It's not radio. Yes. Radio will play maximum 6, at most 8 South African hip hops, and these are the most popular. Yeah. But that's not hip hop, that's rap. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, hip hop it's Vogue's doing all these things with the breaking guys. You know, it's DJ E40 and Ready D and Azul and them doing the DJ workshops. Yes. You know, it's Rusty keeping Grayscale open for the graffiti artists to buy spray paint. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think for me is, once again, for now upcoming artists, for future upcoming artists, all I can say is that the most important thing you could ever do is to, first of all, understand what you're doing, right? Like, understand it. Yeah. Educate yourself, you know? Don't be scared to call the elders. Don't be scared to call Dukes, find Dukes, inbox Dukes. Yeah. And it's also the responsibilities of the elders, you know? Yeah, because for the longest of times, the elders also are at fault.
Yeah,
Tell
it. I mean, as Motswvko guys, we've copied it for the longest time. You know, when the youngins are saying, "Dude, you guys, you've been in the game for such a long time, but you've not opened doors for us." Sure. And we make excuses like, you know, game is closed, too many gatekeepers, the game changed. But the reality is, we have not reached out enough.
True, because my thing is, you must remember, guys, that everyone keeps saying the word gatekeeping. It's important to have gatekeepers. Yeah. You're a gatekeeper. Yeah. I'm a gatekeeper. Monka's a gatekeeper. It's important because the gatekeepers are the people that make sure that this thing lives on, right? Because had it not been for someone like Emil and Falco and Jorge being gatekeepers, someone like myself wouldn't have been doing what I've been doing.
That's true.
Right? Because something like a Back to the City is because when I was in high school, I was in Cape Town and I saw African Battle Cry. Yes. And I was like, oh snap.
What a concept.
What the hell? Like, what? You know, I'm a kid, right? I'm this graffiti kid, and I'm seeing Alex Gold Cup in Cape Town. That's Falco does. I'm like, what the hell? I'm seeing this Dot Juice magazine that Emil is doing back then. I'm like, what the hell, right? Because these are the people that. So it's very important, and it's also very important for the gatekeepers to understand their responsibility, right? And not be funny characters, not try be better and not try because, for those that don't know, the more you give is the more you receive. That thing is true.
Yeah.
Like it might sound like some mumbo jumbo stuff. The more you give, the more you receive. It's just a universal law. It's energy, right? The more money you let out, the more money will come in. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it, and you'll write a comment under this and say, "Oh, it works." You know. So yeah.
Does it work?
In.
Zach. Oh, in Sayabo.
What's the game about Fetu?
There's
There's good game. There's good game. Niggas talk good game. It's fine. That's why I got a dowry. Harimo states about Fetu. The dynamic said it's one. Yes, the hustling spirit might be, on par le majita, but hareda. Hareda. It's horrible tata mumzanzi. Ona lebo tata.
but artale ka hore ke eng bothata bo?
Ke rate ha re batle go ya da kore ke botsa dipotso ya kwa go ro ntshela ka poetry ngwe serious but it's fine
because we need to understand.
Break it down.
Let's we need to start this thing at a fetus level. This baby. Let's start this baby at a fetus level, right? Because also you're an artist who's been, who's seen all the different phases, different steps,
very top, yeah?
Of this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm talking now in entertainment, right? I'd like to generalize because I think it's a generic problem, right? So, on your side, what do you think is that thing that just keeps being a problem?
Hey, at the risk of so many things, but we have too many gatekeepers. And my view is, there's a wrong perception of an artist that's out there. You take MT. MT has been nice, man, for the longest. He's been nice. He's done it all. Sharp, he raps nice. His delivery and everything. Ospana le majita, he's trying to kenya majita but it's just not happening.
But
and I hear
why? I couldn't now remember. Let's not. You're going on the surface. Let's go inside. Why? Now that you spoke about MT, so we can dissect MT.
Like why?
And hope
why
that someone doesn't take.
Because it's going to.
Someone does not take this small clip and then make us trend for wrong reasons. Because we Let's go back. Let's go back to an artist like MT.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's speak about that. To say you saying. He's been at it, he's doing these things, but it's not happening. Why?
Yeah.
Okay? Guys, let us not fool ourselves, because that's the problem. We like to fool ourselves, right? To say, the industry, da. Okay? Is he always on social media drinking the funny stuff that they drink and incohesive, like out of this world? Yes or no, Dukes?
Udibala
I
get what on the same hustling. How about little baby
Is he not
little Josette
on social media?
Where's the
Ne? Yeah. So who already links it out? Ne?
Yeah.
Ramona Rafael.
Where's the
Ne? Umoni tukuswente jwa.
Where's the jwa?
Wapika jwa.
Yeah, Dima. Kale bawa mo stage. Kale Michael Jackson bawa mo stage.
That's number one. Number two, ne? Yeah. What kind of characters is he moving around with?
Yeah.
MT knows I love him to bits. I was with MT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you yourself, as an artist / as a business, because that's what you are.
Yeah.
You're an artist, you're a business. Yeah. Right? Hence I always say to artists, you can't invoice me with your Capitec, John Mueti, you know what I mean? Like, and then Ning Ning, you say to me, no, I need this opportunity. Ning Ning Rukenya Moloko Komahueng, and then Mahwar send that invoice. Ning Ning better send your text number. And you can't do those things. So I'm saying to you, Dukes, it starts with basics. There's basics that you as an artist or you as a business have to understand and have to do.
Yeah.
So what are we saying? Empty Hana business? Or Hana
No.
tax clearance?
No, as I'm gonna empty.
No, we should break it down to Majita because
No, I'm saying to you, Dukes, and we balele when I brought it.
Yeah.
I said umoniko social media.
When's the one? I can't
Our
say
mon. Our
Gents,
mon.
tell it.
Huh?
Tell it, my nigga. Tell
I've
it.
been telling you.
Okay, on then take a scratch. Hardy gents.
And not just
My
not
bad.
just him though, not just him.
Yeah.
Right? And it's once again, it's important for people like ourselves because Dukes, we gatekeepers.
Yes.
When something is wrong, you need to say it. Like
Say what it is.
I've been saying to all these young kids when they're coming up, you can't be here doing tattoos on your face
Yeah.
because you saw Lil Wayne do tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne has $400 million in his account,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He has a plan.
In the current account.
He's sorted. Yeah, go current account al 400. Also weak a credit card. Credit card line here high.
Yeah.
Ibi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are new in the industry, right? You just came in, and because you thought this look is gonna work, you dye your hair pink, and then you put tattoos on your face. I mean, there's one kid. What's that kid's name? And I'm sure these kids are gonna go on socials and attack me. But deep down in their heart, they know. And some of them, I've told them this. You can't go and then you write some word on your face,
Yeah.
and a thing on your face. And because once again, it goes back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
We're in two different places.
Yeah.
Your fan base
Yeah.
is 2 million people that are not buying your product. There's only 500,000 buying your product.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne in the States, from the 260 million or 300, America's what, 360 million people.
Yeah.
Out of 360 million people, like the LSM that is between 5 and 8 is probably like 100 million people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So hence
Probably
Kanye West
plus.
can fill the same stadium every day while he's playing a demo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
can you do that? Can you go to the Dome
Yeah.
to play us your album before it's
Incomplete.
mixed? And then you decide, no, I can't, like and then tomorrow another different version. Can you do that here? You can't.
But isn't that what Dukes is saying at most days? You know, I mean,
True,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
there's certain things you cannot do,
Yes.
such as putting words on your face,
Yes.
such as always drinking,
Yeah.
you know, and always high,
Yeah.
and you know, and the thing is, drugs are also a problem in our communities,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In this country,
Yeah.
drugs are a serious thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of these kids think it's cool to do it, right? Because you must remember, this hip hop of ours
Yeah.
has a positive as a negative,
Negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's a positive as in a
It
negative.
builds, it breaks. Yeah.
It builds and it breaks, just
Yeah.
like everything else.
Yeah.
So when a kid is coming into this thing, he needs to understand
Yeah.
these things, Dukes.
Yeah.
I'm saying he needs to understand. You can't come into this
Yeah.
thing and think it's hunky-dory. Hey,
Yeah.
let's do some drugs.
Yeah.
Hey, let's paint our faces with
culture.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Hey, let me, and then let me disrespect everyone. Let me swear
Yeah.
everyone. Let me, because it's cool. Because 6ix9ine became famous because he was trolling everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me also be like 6ix9ine.
Troll everyone,
And then
yeah.
you come and then say, yeah, Osmic, please book me. And then I'm like, but like half the people on the lineup you disrespected.
Yeah.
And these people in the lineup, some of them are like my elders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you expect me to say?
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope,
what I
man.
mean?
That's dope. That's
So
dope.
I'm saying it's respect, and that's the thing as well is that, you know, before respecting the next guy, you also must have self-respect, because that's where it starts.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. Osman. I
That's
think,
real, man. Also, I think Hari Mojo to
No.
catch you
No,
there.
it's all
I think go botlhokwa go na le these platforms because that's where we get to chop it up and
Be real about it.
be real about it. Re tšhaela majita, because everyone goes in naive. wa bona,
True.
ka gore, what are the expectations? Ke a go tholang out of this? And niggas just it's not thinking about, yo man, ba di bala gone gore re mo States, you know.
You can copy what you see on TV. And
Yeah, or you have promoters that most South Africa, the industry is very small. Promoters, Sarona, they cater for certain LSMs, you know, and the space is limited, like you say. Resources are scarce. So, there are certain attitudes that can get you to this point, or
trip you up.
there was this guy, he's up and coming, you know. Uthotsile number tsaka, ke mgele number tsaka. Yaanong wang harasa mo WhatsApp la. O bua le nna rof ke a mo tšhala gore mfethu ko rena I can't gore ke go reply rof because ke a itse gore mafaratlhatlha ntse yang. Ka o sane o tla bo o screenshotile e tswile ra seo, but I can say this to you. The way you approaching me,
does not give me that thing already.
Yes,
Reach out to you.
Respect.
Both fail or one about like Arimo states in faith to you can't say you to, well, you know, it's relative, but hey man, basic point, yes, but we really love the music and we really love to see this thing growing, you know.
You know, Dukes, like you're saying, guys, I really think the cornerstone of a person's journey must start with respect. Right? Because you cannot approach a person in a certain manner. And because maybe they're occupied with whatever. And you start disrespecting them, right? Or you start looking for attention. I remember there was this boy, and I was reading a newspaper the other day. Was it a paper or social? The one that was talking shit about Reason. What's his name? He won like a competition. What's his name, man? He won like not MC Africa. He won like a Vuzu competition, like one of these Vuzu competitions. Right, and then everyone was happy for him.
Oh, I remember the kid.
And then the first thing he did was disrespect the winnings. That was the first thing, right? And I think at the time he was winning, I think like a PR or something like that with Benza and them, right? Like, are you gonna disrespect Benza? Like. Are you see for serious? Disrespect Benza. First time we saw Talib Kweli and Jerry the Damage in real life was Bob Benza bringing them. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing when he shunned them away or something like that. And then down the line he did like a diss track. Dissing Reason, and it was like quite a foul.
Yeah, that's
what's his
Rabanyizi. Mama Rabanyizi.
I don't know what's his first name, but
that gentleman. So the gentleman comes out.
Good artist.
Dope,
of course, good artist. That's why he won. Talent is there, everything is there, but the attitude is wrong. Because he came out and then he started. Because we all know, Reason is the darling of the underground. He's a good soul. He gets along with everybody. You know what I mean? And then you come out because you need some attention. And the first thing you do, you talk about his kids, you talk about his wife, and you talk about this. But do you think someone like me is gonna give you a call? Come on. Do you think someone like you is gonna call? Do you think Lemonka will be there like, man, I wanna have this kid on my mixtape? He's good. Because with our fitla mole, you know what I mean?
Touch a little bit about the culture, but South African Music Museum where we at right now. What's the idea? And
beautiful place, man.
Thank
you,
gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen.
Dope.
So we're sitting here at the South African Hip Hop Museum based in Newtown, Johannesburg, South Africa. Look, the point of the space, obviously it's been a long journey. It's been 4 hard years of trying to convince, because obviously when we came up with with sort of the activity to say museum. First of all, the culture laughed, one, right? And then the rest of the other people were confused. Like, what do they mean museum? Why would they have a museum? You know, these people are crazy, you know? But the same thing happened when we did the awards. It was like, these people are crazy. They realized the awards are on 10 years. For 5 years, they've been playing on SABC1, the biggest station in the country. But 10 years ago, everyone was laughing, right? Like we were talking earlier about the best international act, right? Like, it's all funny, ha ha ha, until Drake says, "I'd like to thank it," and then now it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, man. The space is the aim of it is literally to preserve, because if you think about it in our country, is there space where you can go and trace and track the history of South African entertainment? No. Is there a space where you can go track South African music? No. Is there a space where you can track South African fashion? No. All you can track is apartheid.
Yeah.
Have you realized?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
All you can track in our country is our painful past.
Yeah.
So why do we want to always, I've been to like apartheid museum like 20 times.
Yeah.
Right? So it's time now to start, looking for other positives, because the youngins that are coming need to start seeing, oh, actually there is this. Oh, in the film industry, the first filmmaker was such and such. Oh, there was this play. Oh, there was this fashion at the time. Oh, you know what I mean? So as much as, yes, the space is here to preserve culture, to speak about culture, but it's also here to inspire other movements to start saying, Kwaito, let's have a Kwaito museum.
Big ups.
Let's have a jazz museum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's have a museum about film, about TV, about print. You know what I mean?
Serious about preservation. Yeah.
Let's preserve. But that's the thing, man. And why can't we? Because if we can't preserve our heritage, it gets confusing when we have to go forward. You know why? Because we keep picking up other heritage, because you don't understand your heritage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence, maybe some of these kids are painting tattoos on their faces, Yeah. Because they need to come and look at the space and be like, damn, there's all these amazing artists. There was this guy called Tukes. You must remember now, at some point, we're all gonna be dead, right? And the next generation will come into the space and say, oh, there was this Motswvko.
Yes.
And then it's there speaking about,
yes.
And then there was Bafihile, and then there was these guys, and then in Cape Town there was these guys, and there was these, and then none of them have tattoos on their faces, and they made, you know what I mean?
They made it, yeah.
And this is the content that we're talking about, because do you realize the content that you guys were rapping about is not the content that now kids are rapping about.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that, really, about lyricism,
Yeah.
Today, I mean, we were just having this conversation today, talking about boys coming into the studio with lazy rhymes, and like maybe judgmental. It's like,
no, it's not being judgmental. You need to understand, where do those come from?
yes.
Right? So if I come to the studio and I just drank this lean thing, right? And then I just but lean automatically makes you slow, isn't it? Like you slur. No, let's be honest. Like, once again, we are sugarcoating. You slur. You slur, and then after you slur, you want to copy the guy you saw do it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then when you copy him,
Yeah.
and you want to also copy the things he's talking about.
Yeah.
But these things have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
We don't have a trap house in South Africa.
Yes.
So you can't say, me and my homies out here in the trap house. You don't have a trap house. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because once again, you never been in the States. You never been, you need to see I've seen a trap house.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there. You think it's cool rapping about being in a trap. Dude, you must yo, man, trap house is real. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, once again, where I repeat, you know, from the first thing when I say, when you copy, copy properly.
Yeah.
Don't copy the end result. You copying the guy rapping about a trap house with tattoos on his face, but you don't know what the guy went through.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That dude's father was probably like a drug dealer who's serving like 50 years in jail. He comes from this whack environment, and then you come from Senton and you're telling me about a trap house.
When we were coming up, you know, we saw Tupac, we heard Tupac, we put on our bandanas, we dropped our pants to our
What
bombs.
was he saying? What was he saying?
First of all, fuck your clique.
No. Tupac didn't say that.
So this is what I'm saying, guys.
Tupac never came
This
in
is what I'm saying.
No. He came in saying, it's me against the world. He came in saying so many tears.
Yeah, but
That's what
the youngins are saying the same thing.
Which ones, Dukes?
MT saying hey Lankawa the Jojo Hasselbeck and that. But my point is, there has to be a way the younger generation without us judging them. You know?
Yes.
Because we all have to be comfortable. It should be a safe space. This is hip hop.
Yeah.
We should be safe to express ourselves any way we want to.
And maintain the respect.
That's why I was like, wabana perception, perception is maximum zanzi the artist as artist.
Yeah.
How do we get over that? Fine, little way, you know.
The way they treat artists.
Yeah, it's kind of weird,
I don't like it, you know.
You know, but it's good that we are
defense of government.
Yeah.
I said
I don't like the way.
Please put it on record, ma.
Yeah.
Ma.
What?
Mojo.
No, I said it.
Oh, King, what, are you distancing yourself? So I'll come in defense of government, because government never comes in defense of themselves.
Yeah.
Because as someone who's benefited from government, right?
Including myself, I've benefited a lot.
All of us here, Dukes.
Yeah.
Say
What?
something. You benefited
I've benefited what?
from government.
Yeah, we all benefit from government.
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
yeah. But that's
It's our
the thing.
government, right?
A lot of people are scared to say we benefited from government.
Yeah, no, that's
But
not a debate.
you should benefit from government because it's your government.
It's your government.
It's your country.
Yeah. You paying tax?
So it's, once again, it goes down to the attitude.
Yeah.
It goes down to the attitude.
I like that.
Because I was telling someone how, I'm not going to say, you know, the particular department where I got like rejected 6 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt.
Still hurts?
Me, I've got like 6 rejection letters of one thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I never went on social, screw these people, blah, 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 blah. And then every chance I get when there's a camera, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, where did I go wrong?
Yes.
The government puts a call out.
Yeah.
If you don't put your proposal when there's a call out, you can't expect to just walk in their door and say, sponsor me.
Yeah. I got this.
Government is not a corporate. It doesn't work like that.
Major key.
When there's a call out, you put your proposal in. When you don't get accepted, you ask, where did I go wrong? What, you know, you have the patience, right? So it takes that. It's about that. It just sums up how I move, because a lot of people ask me that strange question, how did you do it? Yeah, but you've got connection. What connections do I have? I come from deep Soweto. Like, you know, I'm not from Camps Bay. I'm not from some family with like mad monies. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, my family's all Ramatlawa. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, women are actually my family actually.
Family of So it was that. It's that journey. All those elements that you said. There's things I've had to go through, and the same things I go through now. Because when, you know, the person that I've treated with respect 15 years ago, that I've assisted in whatever I can assist, is now the marketing manager. Is now, you know, a brand manager. Is now, you know,
CEO, chairperson.
CEO of what. It's now the what, and it's saying, hey, let's go hip hop. You know, who's doing what.
Yeah.
And it makes the most sense to me. Once again, I'm like, hey man, you know, this is what's happening. This guy's doing this. And say to this guy, type a proposal.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't be
And by the
lazy.
time I come to you and I'm like, here's an opportunity, you can't be like, Osmic MenoE type a proposal. Everyone knows I say to them, type a proposal. I also want to type a. Okay. The next man will type. You know what I mean? Lemonka will tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a session with Dukes. I'm like, you gotta have, you know what I mean? Because
You got to
the
paper,
world
paper rights.
outside our world, that's how it operates.
Yes.
Because we cannot, because we in hip hop, sag our pants, talk this way, operate this way, everything is informal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It does not mean that the people that are holding this bag are informal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They'll send a meeting request. What do you want? Send a proposal. Come and propose. You
Be
know what
on
I mean?
time.
Be on time. You know? Don't come leaned up. With a face tattoo and green hair, you know, or pink hair or blue hair. Rather let the manager,
Yeah.
you know, go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are the things earlier on we're talking about.
Yeah.
Infrastructure.
Yes.
These are the infrastructures we got to create for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I repeat, there's a lot of money in this thing.
Yes.
Guys, you guys have seen money.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at someone like for me, when I look at an AK and a Casper,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because
You've seen that growth, right?
you know, but that growth came from what we do.
Yes.
That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether they see it or not, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
The fact is, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
And our growth came from those guys from Cape Town.
Yes.
That's where it came from.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So when you see this guy, as much as some of the things that they do a little bit over the top, but it's amazing. It's, I mean, when whether it's showing off or whatever it is,
Yeah.
when Kesper's showing his house and he's showing his car and all
Yeah.
these things, you know, maybe sometimes the wording could be worded different,
Yeah.
but there's a kid saying it's possible
Wow. Wow.
from hip hop.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It vindicates some of us to say, when we believed in his dream, this is exactly what we were dreaming
This is
of.
exactly. I mean, who want to drive a Bentley?
Yeah.
From saying, put your hands up in there.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then you clip, and then you go to, you know?
Yeah.
And it's your talent. Like you wake up and you write rhymes and you do this thing and you believe. Or you wake up, you go and spray paint walls.
Yes.
Yo, man, there's these white kids that are making serious money.
Yeah.
Like you think artists make money?
Mm-hmm.
But the kid is spraying like 6 walls a day.
Yeah.
And he's charging like 60 grand
Yeah.
per wall.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fun to him.
Yeah.
He's spraying what he wants to spray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you see things like that, you're like, wow.
That's how far we've come.
Wow, that's hip hop? You know what I mean? I still sometimes pinch myself. Like with, for instance, like yesterday. Like it was a crazy day. It was like a friend of ours was having a party. And you know, all of us were DJing. The Amu was DJing. C-Live was DJing. DJ Zakes was DJing. And like all of us drove to the venue. You know, like with our own cars.
Yeah.
They came from hip hop money.
Yeah.
And you know, all of us came from our houses
Yeah.
that we had.
Financed by
from
hip
hip
hop.
hop money.
Yeah.
And then you bought food on the way
Yeah.
with hip hop money.
Yeah.
Then you bought clothes
Yeah.
with hip hop money.
School fees. Yeah.
The question is, when you started, did you ever think you could do any of those things?
We didn't see it.
No.
Yeah.
But here it is. And also we very, I mean, and off camera we're having a conversation about how we also too quick to criticize ourselves and not celebrate ourselves. You know, and such a space like the museum is aimed to do that. To say when AK had that alcohol bottle,
Yeah.
to me that was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know? It was like, damn, the kid got his name on this bottle.
Yeah.
Right? That's huge. Like, you know, like when Casper did the dome thing and
Yes.
the stadium thing. Because when I told people, I said, I know we're gonna do this back to the city thing, and there's gonna be 20,000 people here, and everyone said, hey, this guy, this guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I did it, and it was like, yeah, here's 20,000 people, it's 25,000 people, here's all these, and it's all rap.
Yes.
There's no house DJ.
Yes.
There's no dance. Earlier you spoke about. There's no I'm a piano DJ
Yes.
entertaining. These people came from all over the world.
Yeah.
10% of the crowd that's there is international. There's
Yeah.
people coming from London coming
Yes.
to come listen to this thing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's important for us to really start celebrating, and especially the older generation, because these things are happening because of what you did.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in here because of what you did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had the privilege of hanging and having lunch with, not even just lunch, like calling the homie anytime, because that's my big boss, Kool Herc.
Yeah.
He's the guy who started this thing. Like, I went to his crib.
You got Kool Herc's numbers?
I'd call Kool Herc right now.
I need to see your black book.
Man, my black book is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool about it? These are people who are like, what can we do?
Yeah.
Hey, who's doing what?
What's the next
These
move?
are open people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my privilege to meet these guys and be acquainted to them, like to be acquainted with you guys. That's what I'm talking about. The fact that I can pick up the phone and call Dukes. The fact that Dukes can pick up the phone and call me. The fact that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it goes back to that. It's
Yeah.
that respect.
Yeah.
Because had we disrespected each other then,
From way back, wouldn't be here.
no ways.
Yeah.
Because you'd be calling me, fuck them niggas.
Yeah.
It's
true.
But now it's like,
Oh.
they want to do what?
Yeah.
By the way, I had 6 meetings.
Yes.
I moved all of them,
Yes.
right? I had
Yeah.
6 meetings, and some of them very important meetings.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, these guys are coming to do an interview.
Yeah.
The world must stop. You know who these people are?
Well, to me,
Do you know who these people are?
just
You know
take
what I
a minute,
mean?
though. Yeah.
But because that is how I see you guys.
Yeah.
So
Respect.
I think it's very important. So I think for once again the kids or the upcoming generation to come. I'm not bashing you with the tattoos on the face and the lean. I'm not bashing you, but I'm bashing you real hard, right?
Skinny
I'm
jeans.
bashing you real hard because someone has to tell you that you're on a way, you're on a route to destruction, because these things that you're doing can only escalate, and the future of when you're doing these things can only go wrong, right? Can only go wrong. For you doing these drugs and abusing alcohol and doing all these ridiculous things, you will crash into a wall.
Yeah.
And when you crash into that wall, it's going to be the worst thing ever. And I think it's time for us to speak out about it. Because if it's, you remember when you were young and you were doing wrong things, the neighbor will call you out.
Yeah.
We are the neighbor.
Yeah.
We are the older people.
We are
that
the
can
older
call you out
big
and
brother,
say,
yeah.
Yo, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Will they listen? Probably not.
But you can do this, and we'll support you. Yeah.
We here.
Yeah.
Like, because we need to be sober, man. And especially guys, being black and being in Africa.
Yeah.
Especially being black, a young black kid in a countryside of South Africa where just 25 years ago, 30 years ago,
Life was
do you guys realize that 30 years ago we would not be here? It would be illegal.
to be inside this
Do you
building.
realize that? We'd be
Yeah.
in jail.
Mm.
Right? And you know where it would be? What is six streets away from where we are?
Yeah, John Foster, yeah.
John Foster.
Yeah.
That's where it would be. Some of us would probably be jumping out the window. How's about that? We'd be jumping out the window.
Taking a flight.
Miraculously jumping out the window. How's about that?
Yeah.
30 years ago, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning things like that were happening
Yeah.
while we were living.
We're still alive, yeah.
We were still alive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And here we are now. And there is no way we cannot be sober-minded. Your approach to everything has to be revolutionary.
Yeah.
And that's my stance. My approach to everything is
Yeah.
revolutionary.
Fire on the mountain.
Because you're in Africa.
Yeah.
All we know is revolution here.
Yeah.
You're in
To
so
change
everything you do,
things.
your music,
Yeah.
whether
about
you're
change.
painting,
Yeah.
it's got to be, whether you're doing a podcast
Yeah.
or, you got to be like, yo, man, I'm doing this podcast. This person's going to get on TV. It's going to, I'm going to sell this podcast
Yeah.
to a TV show in Italy.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm changing the world.
Lemonka, why can't you buy a ticket, go to France, right? And go have a meeting with the execs at some French TV and say, yo, I want to license Dinaledi to you guys, this 13-part episode, right? And then when you leave France, you go to Germany and say, yo, Germany, I got this thing here.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing in Africa.
Yeah.
I'm going to license it, you know?
Yeah.
Do you realize the whole year you could be going to every country, and then you sit back, and then you just hear, you know, that
Ding,
FNB,
ding.
ding, 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 ding. Why can't you do that?
Because the new variant, that's what I can't.
But that's my point. My point is your approach. It's got to be revolutionary.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you buying a plane ticket, emailing. There's nothing stopping you.
Be beyond
And
your limits, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Be beyond what you see.
So what I've heard today is no more excuses. I think I'm walking away from this conversation of looking on the things that I told myself I can't do to try them out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bump into you in Paris next time when I'm in
definitely
Paris.
in Paris next. Yeah.
Now we include the tattoos
Dinaledi!
for clear on that.
So I'll bump into you
Face
in Shenzhen.
tattoos.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an apartment in Shenzhen and hustle.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely. One thing that I wanted to ask, I might have missed it. Did you guys touch on the union that?
Oh, we didn't.
Yes.
South African Hip Hop Association.
Yeah.
I think that is, and I think one of your questions, once again, I think there was another conversation on interviewers having, where the question is, well, what's the future, right? And I think the future is this thing that 2 years ago we launched called the South African Hip Hop Association, right? Not many people know about it, right? But I know a lot of people have heard about it, right? And those that have heard about it, already the negative had started already.
Okay.
Like, here goes that Osmic fucker again.
Unionizing,
now he's
gangsterism.
studying hip hop out South Africa now, you know. But guys, our future is the South African Hip Hop Association, and I'll tell you why. Because, and yes, we launched it 2 years ago, but it has to be done right.
Yeah.
So right now it's baby stepping.
Yeah.
Right. It's baby stepping to say, let's have small wins, because remember, right now the concentration is open the museum.
Yeah.
Once this museum happens, right, and for instance, you saw how we did the Wall of Fame, and everyone assumed, they did a hip hop museum, well, and then I'm not there. These people disrespectful.
Why is Mang Mang there?
Why is Mang Mang? I'm not there. What? You know, I was having a friendly conversation with KO the other day. Man. I love KO because when me and him conversated, like
it gets heated up.
There's no fluffy things here. You know? It's like we're not Osmic. You know, you know. I love KO. So and then it was like, but my thing is, you need to call me. You got my number, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming that 90% of hip hop community has my number. Or has a way to get
all of you.
Right. And then when some guys who did that, and I was like, come see it. They're like, oh, it's so big. Oh, we thought it was the whole museum finished. I'm like, but you didn't call me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To say, and now we're on the next step where everybody's been like, Lemonka's in. Now it's like, okay, Lemonka, because now this is the time to start now activating. Lemonka's in. Yakeem is in. You know, Azul is in. Cool. This is what we're doing now, right? And now it's like, oh, snap. Oh, now it makes sense. It's the same thing with that association, where it's like, cool, we're going to start off this way with small wins. But the bigger picture is, how do we protect this thing? Because this is a thing that's been, I mean, Molemi, you're doing farming, right? But chances are the capital to do that came from the culture.
Always came from the hip hop.
So I don't see you as, Molemi is a farmer. Yo, man, that dude is he's a hip hop. He's a hip hop god who owns farms. To me, it's not he's a farmer.
Manifesting.
No.
Manifesting
that dude is a hip hop head who owns farms.
Yeah.
Because when now you're buying skyscrapers. You know, he's a hip hop cat who owns skyscrapers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
because
true.
your capital,
Yeah.
you know, came from that.
Yeah. My
And your
marketing
thinking,
angle.
and your thinking.
Yeah, my capital. Yeah.
So none of these
Roots in
other dudes
hip-hop.
can move like us.
Yeah.
You must realize.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, none of them. You know, and I see where Lemonka's trying to trap me, but you can't trap me. You know who I'm talking about. They can't move like us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because our music is revolutionary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, farmers can't move like me, dog.
You know,
No way in this country.
other farmers,
yeah.
there's no way.
No, they
because other
can't.
farmers gonna be like, why does your farm have a Twitter account?
No, they can't.
Why is
dog.
yo man, this dude's farm has an Instagram
Yeah,
account.
you know what I mean now.
Why is your
I hear
farm
it.
headline news?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure they're like,
Yeah.
you know, why are you on newspapers? about
Exactly. Yeah.
why is my farm there?
I do better than you.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that's what this culture does.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Gives you
So,
those legs.
know,
Yep.
it gives you this edge over everybody.
Yeah.
And we gotta use this edge. We
That's
gotta
true.
start. Hence, I'm saying like I wanna bump into
Yeah.
you know in Doha Airport,
Yes.
and I'm like, yo, where you going? You're like, no, I'm going to this meeting because I think McDonald wants me to
Yeah.
to
Supply,
supply these,
yeah.
these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, yo,
Throughout the continent.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's hip hop.
This,
Yeah.
This is where hip
You
hop
know?
is.
Now you the dude that's
Yeah.
doing the potatoes
Yeah.
for the southern region.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you can only do that
Yeah.
when you're flying
Yeah.
to the head offices,
Yeah.
wherever those head offices
Offices
are.
are around the world. That's true.
Think about the questions that's hard. That is sometimes. As a presenter, do you think it makes sense to just walk off? Eh?
It's hip hop, man.
Hip hop dog.
It's hip hop, Dago. First of all, we need to address how the entire podcast has disappeared for 4 weeks. Before I address how it disappeared, let me say thing.
But when I line Eleanor work on a rep snitches, tell them all their business. They'll be their own star witness. Cut the rep snitches. No. It's been production. We've been doing the production value, you know, to bring them. That's
Bring
why.
it back. Bring it back. It's been the most interesting conversation, you know. And Osmic, I think there are a lot of elements to these things that we cannot break it in one episode.
Yes, sir.
Most likely would come back, you know, also to engage some of your colleagues coming up
Yeah, of course.
through the years, you know, and also to put the museum in its rightful place
Yes, sir.
at the center of the hip hop development.
sir.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, Osmic Menoe, rap entrepreneur extraordinaire.
I'm just an underground rapper, man.
The man, what he's achieved in the space, based on the limitations that we all face, it's phenomenal. There's a lot to learn from him. Now I've been watching him. I've known him for the longest time. I've watched him grow, and it's just a pleasure to have been here to him and scratch his brain. And what I take today from this thing is, don't be lazy to research, learn, travel, ask, and respect yourself.
That's it. That's all. Do you know? I say to Dukes, that's all I've been saying. See, exactly what you could have told me. I could have, you know, those are the words we need in the beginning. This thing could have been like 5 minutes. That's it. You know, it took us so long, but that's exactly what you said. It just sums up.
Osmic, it's been more than a pleasure. Guys, Hip Hop Museum, South African Hip Hop Museum, Newtown, in the African Museum. If you're in Joburg, come around, pop in, check it out. It's the culture, itute, and just absorb, you know. At least once in your lifetime, pass by the space. It belongs to you. It's about the positive history of where we come from. It represents our future. Osmic, Lemonka, Dukes, Dinaledi, keep shining. Shine, shine,
Peace
shine.
and love. Peace and love. I go to cut. Oh, I saw cut.
I can't.
Oh.
It's like
I'm gonna credit. Yeah. I'm gonna
My nigga. What's up,
What
man?
about it? But this guy got to cut.